Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessye Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Hi!
Hey, we're back.
We always say we're back because it's always felt like a long time for us.
And who knows how long it's been since they listened to our last episode.
That's true. If you're not listening all the time, then just screw you.
Even if you listened yesterday, we're back today.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're back.
I guess we're back.
I'm Jessye.
I'm Tab. My voice doesn't normally sound like this. It's pretty awful. I can hear myself. It's not great.
I pretty much always sound like this.
Yeah, you do sound like that most of the time. We have new mics, and this isn't some cool effect that makes me sound like a frog. It's just a cold. Or something.
I
think it's probably more of a bronchitis and sinus infection situation. Which is
yummy.
Really fabulous. Oh, yeah. Should we talk about mucus?
Sure.
How about we talk about this wine?
Okay.
I bought this wine. I'm really excited for you guys to drink it. I have no idea if it's going to be any good whatsoever.
I like how she says that, but I don't think she's tried it.
I have not tried it. I bought it based on the label, which is how I always buy wine.
You kind of sounded like a sommelier at first. They're like, I have this wine for you. I'm really excited for you to try it.
And then I sounded like...
And then you're like, but I haven't tried it.
I haven't heard anything about it. No, I just bought it because it's called 19 Crimes, and it has like a mugshot on the front. And I'm a little bummed because they look like they photoshopped out like the guy's name and stuff.
Definitely.
Which
they could have put something in.
They could have made it up, right? It's
or
just blank.
like put like the name of the vineyard or something.
Yeah. The year.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems really.
We're really
critical of this wine bottle label so far.
I like that the bottle is not.
It's matte.
And it's like opaque.
It's murdered out.
You can't see through it. You can't see how much wine you have left. That might be a good thing.
Oh.
Until all of a sudden you're out and then you're like, fuck.
Shit. Yeah. Do you remember that thing where everybody murdered out their cars?
Yep. People still do.
I'm choosing to believe that has gone.
No, it's still a thing.
Gone by the wayside.
My favorite. There's a van that drives around town. It's like a Honda Odyssey, and it's got like murdered out like lights and stuff. I'm like, you can't do that,
dude. Kidnapper.
You can't do that.
Totally. He's up to no good in that thing. All blacked out.
Well, the van I think is silver.
What?
But it's just like all of the lights and everything are like the like smoky like black lights and stuff. I'm like,
no, you gotta go all flat black.
I go big or go home.
All flat back. I knew I haven't even started drinking.
All flat back.
Nope. All flat black.
All flat black.
Not fat back.
Fat back. Give me that fat back.
Jesse's making another song for us. Yeah, like everything and like shaved handles and the whole like just smooth and dark.
Yeah.
That's how the ladies like it.
Oh, you know.
Anyway, I was so excited about this wine just because so 19 crimes, there were 19 crimes that you could get sent to the Australian colonies for like back in the day when England decided to colonize a country of existing peoples, much like they did the United States, with criminals. They just, if you did some stuff.
So if you're Australian.
They put you on a boat.
That's where you came from.
If you survived, well, no, you could be indigenous.
Oh, yeah. Indigenous peoples, okay.
But, yeah. If you're white and you're from Australia, yeah.
You came from a pretty bad guy. Or girl.
Maybe this guy. That's somebody's grandpa, right?
If you look like him.
I mean, he could have not had kids, I guess.
He's got a really, like, defined, like, eyebrow line. It's like...
It's the Neanderthalic. It's not really Neanderthal, is it? We say that, like, lazily, but it's supposed to be Neanderthal. And I sound like a bitch when I say that.
I had a bus driver once, and I don't know why we started talking about llamas, but he was like, do you know it's supposed to be llamma? And I was like in high school, I think. And I was like, okay, like, you don't need to give me, like, a how to say this word lesson. And even
llamas?
I was going to say, I don't think anybody says llamma.
Well, I understand, like, I don't remember the name of the letter now in Spanish.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I, J, K. That's not even the right language. Is it? What language am I saying?
You were doing okay for a minute there. But yeah, the, like, double L. Are llamas from a place where people speak?
I don't know, but
Where are llamas, like, from?
Where are llamas from, Producer Brad?
At the moment, I don't know.
I feel maybe they're from Argentina.
And then they maybe are llamas.
And then maybe they are llamas. Okay, I'm pouring wine. I'm not pouring a bunch of wine because I don't know what this is going to be like. It's really pretty color. Right?
Wine is beautiful. Gracias.
Bradley?
Oh, I smell hints of... I'm just kidding. I can't do that shit. This is from the Sonoma Valley. Well, it doesn't exist anymore, probably, so...
Oh, that was real depressing.
Sorry. Too soon? No. It is very sad.
It's horrifying.
Legit,
It's really
very sad.
crazy.
All jokes aside.
All jokes aside, a lot of Northern California has burned down in the last couple weeks. It's kind of crazy. And
Gone.
yeah. It looks like a war zone.
It's sad. It's so sad. I can't even watch the news.
And you think you, like, live in a town and so you're protected.
Well, yeah. I mean, California has fires all the time, right? And those
You're
people...
not, like, adjacent to open land.
Right. Those people that have their, you know, I mean, usually they're big houses or sometimes they're little hick houses. Kind of depends. It's either one of the two, I feel like. But, so you live out in the country. Yeah, there's homes that get burnt down. And we have tons of just dry grass. It catches on fire. Happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's like every summer, just there's fires.
Social Distortion has that song, The Hills of Los Angeles Are Burning.
Right. But this year it was like, no, we're going to go through cities and towns and wipe out everything.
Yeah. To the ground. Totally insane. What do you got for us?
Llamas.
Brian just said...
So seriously, too.
Brian just said llamas. Like that's how he was really using the word. Like...
Wait.
Gamma?
Yeah, with a G. I don't know why. Was adopted by European settlers and native Peruvians. Llamas appear to have originated from the central plains of North America about 40 million years ago.
Wait, we live in North America.
Like llamas are from here?
They migrated to South America about 3 million years
Ah, shit. That guy doesn't know anything. Wait, who named him? The look on Brad's face like, you're asking too much of me.
Carl named them.
Carl.
Each and every one of them.
Well, so they were our llamas first.
Our llamas.
Actually, they weren't ours.
No.
Because our folk were still back in the European countries.
Yeah, I am definitely of European descent.
Mostly. Yeah. So, So they were in the middle of America. Now, you know me in geography. What do we say? Like, is Idaho central?
Not in the middle, no.
No?
No, it's definitely up at the top.
That's like northwestern still?
Like Wyoming is towards the middle.
Isn't that up at the top too?
Or like South Dakota is more middle. Well, Idaho is like
What's
really
underneath South Dakota.
Kansas is in the middle.
Okay, Kansas. So those are like Kansas Gammas.
Kansas Gamas.
They moved down to Peru, which I feel like is close to Argentina.
I just don't get, like, how did they migrate to Peru?
Because it got too cold for them up top. So they just started scooching down. Scooch. Pretty soon, you're in Peru. No?
Can you just walk there?
Well, after enough time, and maybe like Grandma Llama didn't walk all the way to Peru, but like she walked part of the way, and then her daughter walked part of the way, and then their great granddaughter walked the rest of the way, and then pretty soon.
That's too much work for me.
I mean, also they're animals; they don't have anything else to do. It's not like they got to do laundry.
Yeah, they don't even have sex for fun.
That's insane.
Just dolphins, and they rape each other, so that's not fun.
True. Dolphins are rapists.
They're seriously scary.
Oh, yeah.
I don't ever want to get raped by a dolphin. Or a human.
Well, no, I have definite, like, rape phobia. I think just being, like, short women in general, we're probably, like, a little more prone to. I feel like my whole life I've had people, like, telling me to be careful, you know? And so, and I'm, like, very aware that I'm a small person, so.
Just wait till they mess with me.
I will rip off their testicles. I will poke out their eyeballs. I'm serious. Somebody is going to be leaving with pieces missing. That's how I feel about it. Bring it on. No, but don't really.
Please don't. I'd rather not be brought on.
Are we still talking about dolphins?
No, we're talking about just rape.
We're just talking about rape in general.
Oh.
I'm being really insensitive. So
People really do get raped, and it's very sad.
it's horrifying, and I think that's why, like, we joke about it.
I was trying to bring it around that, like, I am sensitive
Yes.
to people that really get raped.
Yes. No, and the reason that, like, we make light is because it's, like, too difficult a thing to deal with comprehending,
Sure.
you know? So I think this wine is not too bad.
No, I like it.
It's not too bad at all.
I like the other
Sorry.
one
Was that loud?
better.
It's so fun now that Brad has headphones.
Brad's got the headphones in. He looking like a real true champ.
Okay. A
That's
champ. You just call us bitches.
Bitches.
Unacceptable. I kind of like it. Hey,
Okay.
let's cover some topics. There's a bunch of them in this room.
Okay.
I finally finished your skulls for you.
And my skulls look so great. I'm so glad I did them. They're black beautiful.
I touched up. I had another silver color that was lighter, so I did like a little touch up with silver in the places. Remember how the paint kept coming off?
Pitching.
Yeah.
Pitching. That's a word. I
Is
mean,
that
it's
a
a
thing?
word, but that's not what I meant to say.
What is it?
Chipping, I meant to say.
Oh, that's a good way to explain it. Yeah, it was like every time you touched it, it was just
Yeah, it
more
just-
would come off. I don't know why you were having such a problem because mine was fine. I think
Oh, well,
you-
I was like raping.
call back. You were being very aggressive getting those candlesticks.
I
in there
was.
and bending them and stuff. So that is
Remember,
one
mine
thing.
wouldn't go in the hole.
Yes, I remember. And I just used like a little finesse.
And one of mine had 2 holes.
That is true.
So I had to put it in both the holes.
See what happens. I wasn't sure where the hole placement should be initially. So
I don't know what they prefer.
yeah, farther back, obviously. We have to take some
Fat
pictures
black.
of these things so somebody can.
Fat back, fat back. Wow, this is really coming together.
Isn't it? So yeah, so in light of your tendency to like things that are neutral, I decided that I was going to put all the crazy orange and everything on them, and I just kept it real simple.
I love it.
I just did a little touch-up paint and some little black and silver accents.
I'm going to put them in my house.
So
I put up some like fall/Halloween decorations, and my little Happy Fall Y'all banner.
Yeah. I know where my hot glue gun is, but I used up all of my hot glues.
Actually, mine might be gone too.
Every last bit of hot glues.
So I might need to do that.
Tombstones with the boys.
Fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Also, do you see this rocking chair?
This is a beautiful rocking chair.
Wouldn't it look lovely on your porch?
I think it really would.
I think it would too. And I have no like emotional ties to it. So if you want to like distress it or something, the people at Antique Roadshow would probably throw a temper tantrum, but I'm cool.
I'm not planning on going there.
Your mugs from Oktoberfest.
Thank you.
We're in the backseat of our car for like
a long time, I'm sure.
Oh man, weeks. And you know what's great is so we took a lift home, and the guy was like really nice, and we were talking to him about just like, oh, I bet you've had like a lot of drunk idiots from Oktoberfest that night and everything, and he was like, oh yeah, whatever. And so we like get home, close the door, saying hi to the dog, and then like somebody knocks on our door, and I'm like, who the fuck's knocking on our door at 2:30 in the morning, right? Like, what's happening right now? And so I go answer the door, and it's the Lyft guy, and he was like, oh, did you leave your mug in my car? And I was like, oh, that's really funny, because you told me that you and Blake left your mugs.
That guy did not knock on my door.
Yeah, and some random person's car, and didn't get them back. And I was like a little confused at first, and then I was like, oh, no, we left our mugs like in the parking lot at Oktoberfest. And he was like, oh, do you want a mug? I was like, sure.
Why not?
So he gave us an extra mug. So yeah, they were like in their car forever. We finally got them washed up, and they're here for you to take.
Love it.
Also, they have burlap pumpkins at the dollar store this year.
They're beautiful. I would have never guessed they were from the dollar store.
Do you remember our first episode ever?
Yeah, actually, I got that out. I tried to put it down somewhere, and I couldn't.
We made burlap pumpkins that were questionable.
Tabs ended up really so cute.
I don't have mine out yet, because I think when I packed them up, I put them with all of my like Thanksgiving fall decorations.
Oh yeah.
And so all I've really got now is like, new fall decorations that I've bought, and then Halloween decorations at this point. So I'll have them out soonish. But yeah, some of them were actually kind of a funky kind of color of burlap. So I just like dry brushed them a little bit and made them, I don't know, grays, browns, and whites, because I thought that you would appreciate that.
Love it.
So those are for you too.
Thank you.
I don't have a present for you, Brad.
Sorry.
Actually, was working on a present for you, but it's not done yet. So
Ooh.
to be announced.
TBA.
Oh my god. That just reminded me. When I sent that message to Brad earlier, or I should say to you, but that doesn't make sense. So I sent a message to Brad earlier that was about this podcast that we both listened to. And I was like, have you listened to this podcast yet? This week's is awful. I mean, good awful, but like it was
I was
really
like,
something else. And so I was going to be like, not work appropriate. And I started to type out like NWA, and I was like, that's not it.
That's not gonna
That's
do
not the thing, because he's just gonna be like, NWA, what?
Fuck the police.
Right?
That's what I was thinking.
So I was like, and mind you, I've had a fever, I'm on cough medicine, I'm like not thinking the clearest probably, so I'm like Googling, like, how else can I say not work appropriate? Like, I know there's an acronym for it. What am I...
Gotta be.
No, there is, but I couldn't think of it. And so I started like searching like what else can NWA mean or something. And then I saw this hilarious video of Ice Cube on Jimmy Fallon talking about things because they couldn't say when Straight Outta Compton came out. They were like, we can't say what NWA stands for on the air, so we're going to say things that it doesn't stand for. And it was like 9 white accountants.
No, that's definitely not what it stands for.
And it made me think of you, Brad.
You're a white accountant.
No, you're supposed to put NSFW, not safe for work. That's what I was thinking.
Ooh.
But all I could think of was NWA.
Guess where I listened to it at?
At work. With headphones in.
No.
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 Out loud.
Out loud.
Do you have like an office?
Yes.
Is the door
Oh.
closed?
No.
Oh.
No one's around me. And if they can hear me, they're not going to talk to me about it.
Are you like in your
Oh my
own?
God.
Like it's not like a cubicle or anything. You have
No,
like an
it's
office.
My own office.
Oh, you're a bad ass, Brad.
In the front.
That,
so
let's
I
just
can
say
see people walk by.
there was a lot of German accents, and there was a lot of fornicating with
Yeah.
mummies.
And not mommies, but mummies.
Yeah, not British. Mummy. Like the corpse kind.
Okay.
It's a true story, too. So disturbing.
Okay. You guys listen
Anyway,
to some weird
There's,
stuff.
I looked up, was his name Carl Tanzer?
Mm-hmm.
This was on the dollop. I should just mention that, I guess. But I looked up the location because I was like hoping maybe that the house was still there or something because we were talking about going to Florida next summer, and so I was like, hey, this is another weird thing I can drag Adam along to because I was like, if we're going to Florida, like I want it to be interesting, so I like want to go see the Coral Castle, and I'm like looking for like haunted places or different things to do, like go see. And so I was hoping maybe like the house would still be there, his plane or something. No such luck. But they do have like her original mausoleum that he blew up with a bomb. They put it like back together and they have it in a museum there. And with supposedly this haunted doll, like a famous haunted doll. I don't know much about haunted dolls, but if you listen to Bim Bam, yeah. They have a whole section. Like, have you heard the haunted doll section? It's great. Yes. So.
So cool, guys.
Just wait.
Listen now, Jess.
Just wait. Beep, 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 beep. Haunted doll watch. It'll
That
make
one
sense.
doll that you got your niece was like haunted to me. What did she say?
She liked.
We like to
digging
wear
in the dirt
Yeah, I like to wear skirts and play in the dirt.
and something about your
Brushing my
dreams
hair.
and laser beams.
Yeah. We like chasing our dreams and laser beams or something.
Whatever. That
You don't
was.
remember that? Do you listen to our podcast, Brad? Come on. Oh my gosh.
That was a classic bit.
I thought you were going to say classic bitch. I'm like, okay.
Sure, that too. So this week we are working on some Thanksgiving things.
Thanksgiving. Thanks.
Actually, I was not really inspired to do anything that was super Thanksgiving-ish, but Brad does want us to do those hand turkeys still.
We can do hand turkeys.
I actually saw something on Pinterest where it was like a like next level hand turkey, and I was
Next
like,
level.
ooh. No, but when we were talking about, you know, that if you put something with your chair on your front porch, you'd need something tall.
Yeah.
So I decided that was
Making
my
something tall.
inspiration. So I ripped a couple boards off a really tall pallet.
That was a tall pallet.
Yeah. And it was like a half and tall pallet. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, and so I like sanded them down a little bit. I used the backside that was like a little more weathered. And then I just like sealed them with like a matte sealer. And then I taped them off and spray painted chalkboard down the middle. So that's what we have as our base to start with.
Love it.
And I mean, I don't know. What are they? How tall do you think that is? Taller than us, yeah? Yeah. How tall are you?
5 foot, but I'm wearing heels.
Oh, yeah. Jessye showed up in fucking heels.
I didn't go home.
I was like, those are really cute shoes. And also, what the hell, Jessye?
I didn't go home.
I have like pajamas on, basically. And Jesse's like, my hair's curled and I'm wearing a bra.
I'm usually wearing a bra.
That seems really high maintenance to me.
2 out of the 3 people here don't wear a bra.
That's true.
I'm the odd man out. Woman.
The odd
Ow.
man wearing a bra. So, basically, keep those puppies
Keep them up.
in their place. I don't know. Is that a strapless?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I hate them.
the
But
worst.
I was late this morning, and that's the only thing I could find.
Okay.
Well, actually, it was just the first thing. I probably could have found something else, but it was there.
You're like, let's do it. So basically, you can write whatever you want on these.
Okay.
I was concerned that you were just going to write one thing and then seal it and keep it forever.
I tend to do things like that.
But I'm going to inspire you to not, because for Thanksgiving, we could write something like thankful down it.
Love it. Oh, speaking of thankful, look, I'm doing things in my house.
Oh. And then you could also, just generically throughout the year have it say welcome.
Welcome to my humble abode.
At Christmas, you could have it say
Joy.
something Christmassy.
Merry Christmas.
Joy.
Happy holidays.
Joy.
No. That would be a really weird way to write joy really long.
Look, I started
Thanksgiving.
finally hanging up my stuff on my one blank wall.
Oh, yay. And it says thankful.
It says thankful.
And there's your fall leaf craft.
My fall leaf craft. I already know what I'm doing for my Christmas cards. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh,
Just
I'm
gotta say.
so proud of you.
Done. I mean, I'm not done, but the idea is there.
Well, let me copy that. Okay.
I mean, it's pretty much the fall leaf craft. Just going to be a Christmas tree on a card.
With washi tape.
Mm-hmm.
I literally today was like, what if we just do washi tape Christmas cards? That is great.
Love it.
That's so great. I have a bunch of ornament punches too. Okay.
I'm really hoping that I can figure out when I'm getting married, so I can also include like a little this is when we're getting married in my Christmas
Save the
card.
date. Oh, that's a great idea.
But
2 in
it doesn't
1.
look like it's happening.
That
so
postage is expensive. I mean, get what you can out there, right? Yeah. What else can we write?
Don't
on
pay your
these?
postal workers. Just kidding. Please keep them employed.
Yeah.
My life depends on it.
Yeah. I was like, we like them.
Not my life, but my well-being.
Your livelihood,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to pour myself some
If you
more
want me to
wine.
keep getting cute shoes, buy post stamps. Post stamps? That's not a word.
Postage?
Yeah.
Stamps. Postage stamps?
So we're going to write cool things
That's
on
just
here.
a short
What else is
version.
going to happen with it?
Oh, so there's several options. I'm still trying to think of something fun to write for Christmas that's not Merry Christmas.
Joy to the world.
Oh, that's cute. That would work.
Jesus Christo.
Sure.
He is risen.
That could be for Easter.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells. I don't know the words even from that song. Silver bells.
Yeah. So
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Ooh. What if you just write, he knows when you're asleep? That won't be creepy at all. What other things?
Jingle bells.
Jingle ball.
Dashing through the snow. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
I don't know why we're writing whole sentences. It is a long, skinny board, but thankful or welcome would fit well, I think. I was just thinking different holiday themes you could do, for Valentine's. Love is in the air. That's a whole sentence too. What can we write for?
Go home and screw your partner.
Okay. It's very PC. I like it. What can we write for St. Patrick's Day?
Let's get Brad fucked up.
Oh.
Lucko the Irish. You have to just put the O.
Pot of gold.
Oh, I like it.
Lucky me charms.
Do you have a little Irish in you?
I actually do. That's where my temper comes from.
Oh, I
And my
don't think
freckles.
that's what he was referring to.
And my freckles. I was at the bars the other night, and this guy came up to me and said, "You have the best freckles ever." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he walked away. I told Blake, that guy said my freckles are really nice.
Did you wake up
Aw,
afterwards?
No, I was awake.
Oh.
It was very nice of that guy.
that's so sweet. Was he like straight?
I'm not sure.
Because
He wasn't too interested because he didn't stay long.
maybe he walked over to talk to you and then he saw the ring.
That could be.
And
This
then he
is
was
a
like,
real go-getter.
Great freckles.
Let's go.
Okay, bye.
Except for, okay, I'm not lying. One time, it was really soon after I'd gotten engaged, and I was sober, obviously. We were at the bars, and this guy came over because I was like just sitting. I was bored. Blake was like playing cornhole, and I didn't know any of the friends we were with. It was great. And this guy came over and was like, "You don't look like you're having very much fun." And I'm like, "I'm so and so." He literally sat with me for like 20 minutes. And I kept like turning away. Like Blake would not come over and say hello. And I kept like going like this. I was like,
So let me just put this in my middle of my face.
I was like showing my like ring like as hard as I could. And he's like, "Well, you and I could be cornhole partners." I'm like, "No, like I'm watching him play because, oh my God." Then finally he realized.
Oh, I get it.
He just wanted to be your friend. And
I-
you're being a bitch.
Honestly, I feel like nowadays, like, people don't even care if you have a ring on.
And then I told Blake, I was like, "Dude, where the heck were you? I like needed you. I kept looking at you." He was like, "I thought it was like." This shows the kind of guys that hit on me. Just are you ready? Blake says, "I thought it was one of the guys from Special Olympics that you knew."
Oh, great.
I was like, "Wow, you're a dick."
You're like, so, big confidence boost. Thanks for that. Also, fuck off.
It was funny.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so I was just trying to. I feel like these could be fun, like porch decor for all year.
Love it.
And I don't want you to seal yours up. I want you
Okay.
to keep it chalkboardy.
I will try and be good.
I already primed them too. You know, when you first do your chalkboard paint, you're supposed to like rub chalk all over it. So I did. So they're all like dusty. But so I basically came up with we can put hooks or knobs or vase thingies, bottles at the top.
Vase thingy bottles.
Because I thought it would be fun to maybe you could like hang something off of it or do
Right.
something. So I kind of was leaning more toward the jars. Like we could just drill a couple holes and wrap some baling wire around them, you know, and
Or even do the little hook. Hang them off the hook.
oh yeah, you could do that too. However you want to do it.
Love this.
So
What are
we're
these
just
cool jars you
we're
get?
just gonna put these. You know, they're like paint sample jars or something. I got them from some place and a whole case of them one time.
They're cool.
But yeah, I thought it would be fun. We could like you could have those up there, and then for whatever season it was, you could pop in different flowers or whatever. And I have a whole shit ton of foliage over there.
Thanksgiving foliage.
There's a few other things in there, like some spring and Christmas ones, but it's mostly fall. So we can pop some little flowers in there, and it'll be a little thing, and boom,
Love it.
porch decor, which
Porch
is what
decor.
you need.
I need it.
And is your little crate on the porch?
It is. I still need. I want to buy little plants to put in it, but I haven't done that yet.
See, I mean, just pop this out there with that and that, and actually that color, the light color,
Matches that.
kind of matches the edge of that. Yeah, so cool. So yeah, that's our craft for this week,
I love it.
and it's Thanksgiving-ish, and then also can be transferred to other holidays. I'm still
I'm a fan of that
interested-
kind of craft.
I am too, because I like to switch things out a lot. I'm still interested in what other things we can write on them. Like,
I gave you a lot of options.
what about
A ruler.
for?
You know, when I first saw it, I was
4th of
like,
July.
"Ooh, I could measure myself on this thing."
Oh, you could use it to measure babies.
I don't have a baby.
In the
Yeah.
future, I did have this little stamp set that you could make cards with for Valentine's Day. That was like, I kind of like you, like, or it started like you don't irritate me. I kind of like you, blah blah blah, like this like thermometer, and to the top of like I love you, and then you could like fill it in. You could do something like that on there for Valentine's Day.
I love you a little bit.
Don't start that on the bottom. What are you gonna write for 4th of July?
America, fuck yeah. Home of the brave.
Ooh, that's that. I'll get you right here.
Tears.
Don't write tears. That's weird. Right, baby, you're a firework. What about like those off-brand holidays, like Memorial Day?
It's awful.
I know. As soon as I said it, you could write "Never forget" on it for 9/11.
Or what about like National Donut Day? Like, thank you, Donut Nook, for being alive and in existence.
Something about a hole. Donut hole. A donut hole.
Donut, you love donuts?
I do not care. Have you guys watched American Vandal?
No.
It's like a mockumentary.
Yes, with the kid who
With the
penis.
dicks.
I did see that. I didn't know what it was called.
Oh my god. Do you notice that every shirt that he wears throughout the whole entire thing, he has carrots on?
Blake loved one of them that was like, it said like, I don't care at all.
Yeah, I don't.
Blake was like, I need
I
that.
don't care at all.
And I tried to find it on the internet.
We
and
can make
I
one.
couldn't find one as cool as that guy was wearing.
Yes. Oh, that was hilarious. I had a pretty good idea of what I was getting into before I watched it, because I listened to a podcast that reviews a lot of true crime things, and so they reviewed this, and so I knew what it was beforehand. And Adam kind of skipped onto it and was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's watch it."
Yeah, I didn't watch every episode. Blake was watching it one day, and I went to the gym and stuff, so I missed a couple chunks, but the part I saw was funny.
It was really funny, and it was very clever. They hit on every single true crime trope that there is. They time things out and had little models and everything, every show, Forensic Files and all the reenactment shows, and they hit on everything.
It was really great.
And the part that I absolutely died was they have the computer animation model of the kids sitting on the dock getting a hand job.
I did not see that.
And I was not expecting that at all. And then because they're talking all serious about if this was happening at this time and no, and they have it, and they just, and it's just this brief moment that they show it, and I just lost my mind. I was like, what is happening? It was so
I missed
funny.
that part.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
The other day I was driving by a house, and they just had all these little pumpkins all over the place, and sometimes you think you're saying one thing and that's not what you're saying.
Right.
So I was in the car with Jake and Emily, and I was like, oh, look at that house, they have potatoes placed all over their yard. And my brother's like, what? Why do they have potatoes all over their yard? I'm like, look, I kept I'm saying and hearing potatoes, but I think it's pumpkins. And then he looked, he's like, pumpkins? You freaking weirdo. I'm like, I was saying pumpkins.
What is that called? Aphasia or something? I don't know. It happens to people who have strokes. They mean one thing, and they hear themselves saying one thing, but another word's coming out.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
A tiny stroke?
Maybe.
Pumpkin potatoes?
I don't know. My doctor said I'm healthy AF, so.
Yeah.
Because I got my blood work for my liver.
Nice. All good.
Oh my god, touchdown! Sorry. fantasy football takes
Whitest
over my
girl
whole
thing
life.
ever. Oh my God! Touchdown!
Who do you have on the Raiders, which I'm assuming you have?
Crabtree?
Okay. Acceptable.
Okay, anyways. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I got my liver tests. And like I said, healthy AF. So, I'm doing real good.
That's great. I was a little concerned last time I went to the doctor and did all my blood work. I was like, oh my God, he's going to tell me, like, so many things are wrong with me because I'm getting old. And he was like, no, you're good. So,
I'm always, every time I go get a test, that's why I'm so afraid to get tests, because I convince myself, like I
it's
said,
going to be terrible.
when I went to the lady doctor, I told Blake, I'm like, she's going to come back and say I've got, like, a life-threatening STD. And he's like, why would you think that? And I'm like, I don't know.
She's like, going to do an examination. She's like, something bit me.
I don't know why I think that. I have no reason to think that.
No, it is this, like, thing. And I mean, I'm fairly healthy, but I mean, I sound like it, obviously. But I'm usually fairly healthy. And yeah, every time I go get tested, I'm like, oh, something horrible.
Yeah.
I have been putting off going to the dermatologist for, like, close to 5 years. I didn't think it had been that long.
That's crazy.
But it's
Time
actually...
flies.
It has been nearly 5 years. And maybe a little over, actually. And I had an appointment, and I had to move it a couple times. And then finally, I was sick, and I didn't want to go. And I'm like, I don't know. And some of the girls at work are like, you need to go. Just go. So I went in, and yeah, they, like, did cryo on a couple of spots, and then this lovely witch wart on my forehead. No, it's a mole that just showed up and started growing, and so she, like, she makes you sit on this metal paddle, and then they, like, cauterize it. And she's like, if it falls off in a couple weeks, it's all good. And if not, then we'll do a biopsy. I was like, okay.
That's scary.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And then you're like, fall off, like for 2 weeks.
watching it. Now, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, the other ones were, like, precancerous stuff, so they just take them off.
Yeah.
And then this one, she was like, well, it could be, like, very slow growing, like, basal cell, but I don't know. I'm like, well, it's not terribly surprising. I mean, I'm, like, white as all get out.
Yeah, the sun does harsh things to our bodies.
I know. Where is that hole in the ozone, too? Like, it's not over us, is it? Or does it matter? Does it leak all over the place?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know there's a hole in the ozone
I
layer?
don't pay attention to the world.
I remember when I was a kid, there being, like, a
Sounds
big...
so ignorant of me. I'm a little ignorant, but...
There was, like, a big push to not use aerosol things because it creates... No, yeah. Brad remembers this.
I remember.
I
I'm,
think
like,
I was
feeling
a
a little
baby.
validation here. Yeah, I guess so. Do you not know that you're not supposed to use aerosol things?
No.
I mean, so...
Like, you can't use hairspray?
I switched...
I really don't use that much hairspray. I care about the earth, okay? Like, I know. I don't use...
Whoa. I switched to using pump hairspray for a while, and I can't. So,
Pump hairspray? What is that?
like, press it and squirt.
Oh, no. That's not...
Yeah.
Oh.
So, in order to...
You gotta make a film.
I don't know if a film is the thing you're looking to make.
I really don't like hairspray.
In order to justify it, I have swapped over. So now I have one of those pump olive oil things, and I don't buy aerosol cooking spray. I use pump olive oil.
Oh, I do have an aerosol coconut oil spray.
See, so I'm justifying my use of the hairspray by doing that. That was like my trade-off.
Okay.
I mean, probably... Can you hear that? Yeah, probably not a good trade-off when we're all... I don't know, what's going to happen when the ozone layer... We just die? We start cooking?
Yeah.
We'll live in caves during the day and come out at night.
Yes, cave
That sounds really cool.
Claw people? Aren't those the people that live underground in South Park? Claw people, claw people. All right. So I'm scared to use a drill at this point. Because I've had I did pour myself some more wine. But I haven't drank enough wine to be feeling it. And I'm feeling it. It's probably the cough syrup.
I'll use a drill.
So I think that's probably a good choice. You can have either one of those, whichever you prefer. That one has like a knot in it. Neither one of them did I do a very good job taping off, but
I have no
I was
preference.
delirious. So, one's seems like a little bit darker. I don't know. You're gonna have to make a choice. You made me choose last time, didn't you? Make me choose.
No, I chose. I ended up choosing. This is all you.
No, I said I want to like that one, but I feel like that one's more you.
Okay.
I am happy either way. So choose the
What
one
if I
that
talked
goes
like this
best.
through the whole thing? Do I sound a lot cooler?
Cooler? Yes. Yes, you do.
Oh, great. I'm gonna do this from now on.
Hey, there's a hard water stain in the bottom of my glass that looks like a person.
Is it Jesus?
No.
Tab's
it's like,
officially drunk.
it's like a fat face little girl. Remember those? You know those,
I have a person at the bottom of my glass.
So do I.
fuck you guys. Do you remember those comic strips? There's a little Kathy.
Kathy!
Is that what I sound like?
I might have exaggerated like a tad, but the way you said Kathy was very, very extra.
I want you to look at there's a Kathy in the bottom of my glass. Pick it up and hold it up and look at it.
Well, shit. There's a person in there.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I
Brad,
might be.
look, there's a person down there.
There is a little lady in the bottom of my glass. I'm sick. Don't drink after me, you idiot. What a fool.
He wants more wine, I think is what that means.
Well, I can pour him more wine.
I don't see it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Brad.
Is it smiling at me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's even got hair.
Yeah. She has eyes and a smile and a round, chubby face.
Yeah.
Brad, when you and I are the only ones with mono, people are going to start asking questions.
Adam's going to
That
say
was a big pour.
Brad's not allowed to be in the podcast anymore.
I don't know. It's nothing to worry about. I haven't shaved my legs in like a week.
Brad might not care.
You don't know what I'm into. I'm into Wookiees.
Oh, God. Is that the worst? All right.
And the new Gilmore Girls,
Is it a movie?
no, it's like 4 really long
A
episodes.
mini-series.
And it's really awful. I
Is
wouldn't
it on Netflix?
Yeah, I
think
wouldn't-
I saw it today.
I wouldn't suggest watching it. It's really
I
bad.
thought it was over.
What did people...
Well, yeah, but then they came back and did 4 episodes. Anyways, the daughter had sex with a Wookiee.
Ooh.
Like a guy who was dressed up like a Wookiee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm down. Is he a furry?
No, they were like at a Star Wars thing or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying it happens.
Well, I never got into Gilmore
If you're a Gilmore
Girls.
girl.
Never.
I see. I love the Gilmore Girls.
Rory and Rory.
Lorelai and Lorelai.
What is happening right now?
Rory,
The daughter's name is Rory,
yeah.
but I think her real name is Lorelai. The
Mm.
mom's is Lorelai.
I know they both have the same name.
Yeah.
My brother's dog's name is Rory, and I always tell everyone Gossip Girls. That's where he got it from.
No, Gilmore.
Not Gossip Girls.
Gilmore Girls, whatever.
That's Blake Lively. Different show. Blake Lively has got to be the best human on this whole planet.
She is so cute.
How can I be like her?
Mary Ryan Reynolds.
Gotta look like her to marry Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you? There's a lot of funny guys who are, well, I should say, I'm going to be mean right now. There's a lot of funny guys who are married to girls that are, like, not that hot. But then I also was going to caveat that with, well, maybe they aren't that hot either. It's terrible. But there's a lot of, like, funny dudes that are married. Maybe I'm just more interested in funny dudes. I don't know why I'm focusing on that. Ryan Reynolds is like a beefcake type, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'd say, well, yeah, he's a beefcake funny guy.
I just like funny guys. Like Seth Rogen.
See, I can't freaking stand Seth
love him.
Rogen.
I love him.
When he laughs, I want to shoot myself in the head. Oh my god, his laugh is so awful.
I think we've had this discussion before when we were talking about Neighbors, and you're like, that movie with Zac Efron. And I'm like, no, that movie with Seth Rogen. Are you going to play his laugh for us?
Yes.
It will only bring me joy, Jessye. Only joy.
It makes me want to kill myself, so goodbye, everybody.
It's so great.
Okay.
It's not.
I'm not that funny, so I have to go to make up for it.
I don't know. We laugh at ourselves an awful lot.
I'm not that funny.
All right. What are we doing with these things?
I'm gonna put one of these on it. I'm gonna hang this thing off of it.
Okay. Do some stuff. Do you have a whole bunch of random screws?
Sorry, what?
So when I went to put the casters on my little crate last week, there were no screws.
No, I don't have random screws.
So did your casters come with screws?
Oh no! But I took the screws home
Oh,
that I bought for the casters.
that's
I
why.
do have random screws. They're not random. They're in a box.
I had some screws, so I didn't put 4 on all of them. I only put 2 because I wasn't going to, like, put a bunch of weight in there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
That makes more sense now.
That totally does. I didn't even think about it when I left.
I was just like, why aren't there screws with these? There's 4 holes. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, why wouldn't they sell them with the caster? I didn't understand. I'm just glad I noticed it, but then obviously I didn't notice it when I left.
That's okay. I just think those hooks do have screws with them, so that's good. Also, there's drill bits there, so we can swap those out. There's a chalk pin. There's all the stuff for crafting.
All the stuff.
All right, let's craft some shit. Oh, do you want to see the one spot that I got fried off? That's a good one, huh?
Oh.
That showed up after I went through an existential crisis and decided I needed to go to tanning beds for like a year of my life. I was like
Not a good idea.
orange like
Chad.
an Oompa Loompa. When I look back now, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? It's not natural looking. It does not look great. I don't know why I thought that was attractive and I needed to do that, but it seemed like the thing to do at the time. And then this mole started growing, and then I got scared and I quit going because that's like not really a place to see sunshine. And I just realized that I showed it to everybody. Nobody's watching. We're listening. It's okay.
Everyone's listening.
They haven't seen it.
Tad's having a rough time.
Yeah. So I decided. So this is my PSA. Are we doing a PSA, Jessye?
Oh my gosh. What did I say last time that we were going to do all the time? Remember? I was like, I had a little jingle for it and everything.
I don't know. But this is our PSA this week.
Okay.
Put sunscreen on. Skin cancer is real, folks.
It is real. Nobody's lying to you about skin cancer.
It's not a conspiracy by the government to, I don't know, make everybody whiter. My dad won't wear sunscreen. He says he's allergic to it. It makes his skin all white. That's his excuse.
Oh, Dan.
I'm hoping he doesn't die from skin cancer because then that will be really ironic, right?
That would be ironic.
Like,
I almost said funny. That wouldn't be funny, but
it would be awfully ironic.
it would be ironic.
In like 10 years when we talk about it, we'll be like, what an idiot.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah, but it still will be sad. You seem to be having a hard time.
Your dad met my dad.
A great time.
That's right. Our parents met. Oh, big step in our relationship, Brad.
I know.
Your parents met?
Yeah, my dad met his dad
Why?
because they went to trivia together last week. Or
Mhm.
because I didn't go, and I said so. There's 2 open spots, so Brad brought his.
Your guys' relationship is
That
going
is
to a
funny.
whole new level.
Yeah,
And I haven't seen your new house, Jessye, so.
parents.
I told you to
meeting.
come whenever they wanted.
I was there last night. After I drove everyone back at like 2 a.m., I was there. Staring out your window, looking in.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm going to tell Blake to install cameras.
I mean, that won't really necessarily deter him. Some people like to be filmed.
Tis true.
Yes. So, wear sunscreen. Jessye, you're supposed to tell us about some kind of crazy elopement story.
Okay. So Blake's best friend Wayne was in town. He is the one that we visited in Italy. If you've
Shout
been
out Wayne.
following. Shout out to
Also-
Wayne.
Wayne, why didn't you get in touch? You could have been a guest.
I know,
I
I
don't
kind of
even
forgot
know.
that he wanted to do that. I didn't bring it up. But also, Wayne got a dog.
That's so cute.
And his name is Pepe.
Aw.
And I'm in love with him over Instagram.
Yeah. No, I see Wayne on Instagram.
He, on his story, he posts the dog. He hasn't posted
Aw.
a picture of the dog yet. But-
Sometimes I watch his stories. But it's a lot of wrestling things.
Yes, he does jujitsu.
Yeah. He probably gets super
And he-
pissed that I said wrestling things.
And he reads a lot.
I don't know about
So all
Yes,
of
I've seen a
his
lot of pictures-
Instagram is all
books.
jujitsu and the next book he's reading.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is cool. That's fine.
cool.
And but yeah, so he was here and he and Blake, like since they've been in high school or junior high or some god awful age, have been drinking Burnett's
I don't know what that
together.
means.
It's a really cheap, awful vodka.
Okay.
Like really bad. And so every time they see each other and get together, they have to drink Burnett's again. And so they have to sit in the car and do it.
And by cheap, what are we talking here?
Oh.
The price and gross.
Yeah, no. Have you heard of Burnett's?
I have.
Oh, I've never even heard of it.
It's like cheap.
This is like high school vodka.
Yes. It's
Okay.
like bad.
Like when you buy the whole bar shot of vodka,
That's what you buy.
that's what you buy.
And
Never done that.
so they were
Are you up to date on your tetanus? Because this is a little rusty.
I'm actually not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think I had to get a tetanus shot before I went to England. So
I don't know when I got my last tetanus shot, but
I do a lot of spooning. Actually, I used to.
Not so much. No. The farther into a relationship you get, the more you're like, get the fuck on your side of the bed.
We don't even use the same blanket.
There you go. Gotta do what you gotta do. Dude, you need sleep. Like, how long do y'all want to be married? Because if you...
Okay, I could sleep anywhere and anyhow, so that is really not the issue.
Aw. I thought I was being clever, but I'm not.
Okay, anyways, my elopement story. So, Blake and Wayne, they drink Burnett's in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Not driving, just they sit in the car. Okay? Very strange. I said you could still get pulled over, just so you know.
Oh,
Or not pulled over, but you
No,
could
you can
still
still
get
get,
a
like, arrested.
DUI.
Well, actually, as long as the keys aren't.
They listen to the radio, so the keys are in.
Okay, well then yeah.
Okay. Dumbasses.
That's what we call a poor choice.
Yes. So, they're drinking. They get pretty drunk. What?
She's
I made this too tiny now. Won't go around my bottle, and then I was just looking at it contemplatively, and Brad and I made eye contact. We weren't laughing at you.
I feel
They're
like
laughing
Brad
at
is like the
me.
person, like every time I do something, I'm like, I just like look over at Brad for like,
Like,
I don't know, like him
know.
to say something.
you're doing good.
Yeah.
get a little encouragement.
And so they get pretty drunk. They call Blake's dad to take them to go get some more alcohol.
Are you just putting this in the top thing
Yeah, I did.
I was gonna do mine around the middle, but then I made it too
It doesn't
tight.
have much to hold on to.
I know.
So they're pretty drunk. Blake's dad comes and takes him to get more beer and vodka or something. I don't freaking know.
Also, kudos, Dad. Like, that's a fun dad.
It was very nice of him, yes. And so then they come back and they're sitting in the car for like ever. Okay? And I can't drink. I'm like sitting by myself, just like waiting for them to come in. Like, I'm so glad Wayne came so that I'm just by myself. And then Blake comes back in. He's like, it's like 11 o'clock or something, like 10 or 11 o'clock. He comes,
At night.
yeah, he comes in the door and he's like, Jessye, he's like, call your parents. What, are they doing something this weekend? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, we're going to Reno this weekend. Let's get married. I was like, the fuck? Like, he's like, we just had a huge wedding talk in the car. And I, like, me and my dad and Wayne decided that, like, let's just do it this weekend. We're going to go to Reno.
That's a big choice for him and his dad and Wayne to decide.
I was like, can we maybe talk more about this in the morning when you're sober? And he was like, are you backing out now? Because you keep telling me that, like, you'll do it whenever. Like, now you're scared? I'm like, no. Like, I will happily marry you this weekend if that's what you want to do. But can we talk about it when you're not wasted? He's like, well, you need to call your parents to make sure they can go. I'm like,
I'm not calling my mom at 11 o'clock
I'm like,
at
I'm
night.
not calling her this late to say, where you want to get married this weekend? Can you come to Reno? So
Yeah, nobody's pregnant. It's not that big of a rush.
I'm like, Blake, honestly, like, can we wait? And he goes, like, fine. We don't have to do it then. If you don't, like, want it, you don't want to marry me, fine. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're taking this the wrong way. I said, Blake, I can't even drink. And he's like, oh, it would be nice, like, have some champagne, like, after we get married. You know, I'm like, that's not even the point.
But that's the thing that, like, brings him back around. Oh, you're
That's
right.
what brought him around, that I couldn't drink.
Oh, man. We should wait.
It's like, I want you to have fun. I'm like,
Thanks.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and then he pulls this kicker, right? Are we ready for this? He's like, because he said we could still have like a reception, like, and have like a party and have everybody come. And I'm like, that's kind of quick to like plan something like that. You can't do that like way far after you get married. It's like, we got married like a month ago or like 2 months ago. You know, you just can't do it.
Whenever.
I guess. But he's like, no. He's like, we could still do that like a year from now. We just won't tell anybody we're married. I'm like, no.
Be secret married.
I'm like, we are definitely not doing that. And he's like, well, we were mostly talking about like how much you pay for insurance and stuff. And my dad was like, you got to marry her. She can't keep paying that much. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, thank you, Jason. But I still think we need to wait.
And imagine all the tax deductions.
Right? Well, we already have a pretty big one this year for buying a house.
Yeah.
So we can save the wedding for next year. And I was like, also, Tab made us a casserole dish that says 2018.
We have to wait at least 3 months.
So it got put off.
Thank goodness. I don't have to make another casserole dish.
Right? And but it was interesting. He was like really like ready to.
He was into it.
He was ready to go.
I like it. I like the commitment.
Yeah, no, which is fine. I don't mind like that. But I was just like, I said, next time, you know, you're planning when we were getting married, can I be a part of it? Like, can you just come in and say, hey, we're having a serious conversation. Can you come in right now?
Maybe come hang out with us while we discuss these important life milestones.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I could do that.
You could have always gone with the, Brad doesn't know. We didn't invite him yet. Brad's got to know.
Yeah, well, I'm at the point where I think I've been tossing back and forth small wedding or just invite everybody and do it here.
Yeah.
And every time I get a quote at a place that I feel like I could do,
you want to crumble.
I just like almost curse at people on the phone. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
We called the Lakeside Pavilion today. It's run by Card.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay? Chico Area Recreation District. They do soccer for children.
Right. Nothing
Like-
like insane.
Mhm.
And they, like, I mean, this venue, they have tables and chairs. But, like, the reason why it intrigued me is because you can choose your own food, you can choose your own alcohol as long as you have a licensed bartender to serve it, right? Like, you can choose your own everything.
Choose your own adventure.
Exactly. So, I called them $4,000 for 15 hours
Yeah.
and tables and chairs.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you.
What about the White Ranch or whatever?
That was super expensive. That's like the place to get married these days. And they're also booked out to like 2019.
And they have to get married in 2018 because casserole dish.
And because I'm paying a lot for insurance.
So he did have some good points
But
about that.
yes. So I'm still thinking it's going to be very small in Tahoe. I made that decision today. I'm like, you know what? Screw this.
I think I had a dream about you guys getting married, like eloping somewhere.
Honestly, if I didn't think my mom cared or his mom cared,
It'd be done.
I would just take a couple friends and go to Vegas or something.
Yeah.
The people in this room.
Brad, if you want to go, you can go.
Yeah, no, I did. I had a dream about you guys eloping, and I'm trying to remember what the plot points were. I remember waking up the next day and telling Adam about it, but I don't remember what happened now. Who knows?
This is not going to work.
I've got a really obviously. I've got a really elaborate system going
You
here.
do. It's like kind of blowing my mind.
And basically making a little basket situation for this thing.
Can I see the things,
These guys.
please? Yeah. I'm going to see if I can like pull without cutting and maybe just tighten it. Yeah.
This is the part of the podcast where you're really quiet because
Oh, we're supposed to wrap up.
think. We're supposed to wrap up. Wrap this bitch up.
Love
Yes.
y'all.
So Jessye has not gotten married yet.
I'm not married, but I hope to be. Well, now we have to.
plan soon.
Now we have to. That's an awful way to put it. But now we're waiting until at least May because Wayne will not be back until then.
Oh.
But he'll be back for good, so we can do it any time after May.
Oh, cool.
But
That's cool.
we'd like to wait for Wayne because he's an important piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, I like it. I know. I kept kind of trying to be like, "Hey, Blake, Italy's a really romantic place."
I think he didn't want to be cliche.
Yeah, I think so too. And probably everyone was saying that to him, so he was like, "Yeah, Jesse's totally gonna expect that."
Yeah. Well, and everybody, that's the problem too. Everybody kept telling me like, "Ooh, you guys are going to Italy. You've been talking about getting engaged." And I'm
Right.
like, I really don't want to spend my entire vacation like wondering when it's going to
Freaking
happen.
out, yeah.
And I knew Blake didn't want to be like, I figured he wouldn't do it there either anyways, because I just didn't get that vibe that was the kind of thing he was going to do.
I thought for sure Adam was gonna propose to me like at a Giants game with like the board and stuff until we were at a Giants game and the people next to us, the guy proposed to his girlfriend.
No way.
And Adam very loudly exclaimed, "Ugh, that's so hacky."
Oh God.
I was like, no.
Congratulations!
They were like from Reading, and yeah, he actually might have said it very quietly and then was like, I'm glad I didn't say that really loudly. But it was enough that I was like, oh no. But yeah, I took a bunch of pictures for him and sent them to him. I mean, it was cute. And I'm like, I think it's cute. I would have taken that.
Look at that.
There you go. She's got it. I know. I don't know why I bring in some like needle nose pliers or something.
Actually, is there some wine in there?
Yeah, there is. It's opaque, so it's hard to tell.
One of these days it's going to be gone. We're going to be sad.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, what do we say? It's been so long.
Follow us on all the things.
Oh, yeah, we got to get somebody to say that for
We
us.
do.
Find us on all the social... I can't say social.
Tab forgot English.
Follow us on all the social medias. And
just like us. We like to be liked.
listen to us. You know what we need? We need Apple Podcast reviews. Apparently that has a lot to do with how visible you are. We don't have any reviews. We need reviews. Somebody go give us a review. We will shout you out by your Apple iTunes name.
Unless you tell us your name, then we'll shout you out by your whole name.
Yeah, that too. And yeah.
Dang it.
I still like to say drink up.
You got craft to do.
But what about craft on, bitches?
Craft on, bitches.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Bye, Felicia.